Muy buenas tardes, mi gente, con ustedes aquí la Comadre B with another episode of Comadriando aquí y con café. Today is Saturday, September 28th, 2024 y ya se fue el pinche mes. Guys,
For real?
the year is officially over. It's over. I have here with me today
Erika Ruiz, aka La Warrior.
Ahí está. I will get into how we know each other in a little bit, pero primero quiero mandar mis saludos. So, hi mom. Comadre, would you like to give any saludos out to anybody?
Sure, I just want to say thank you to all my supporters, everyone that's been purchasing my books and that has been following my story since day one. Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, guys. So, con eso, let's get into full detail with this wonderful woman. I do owe you a comadre mug, but I will see you in a couple weeks, so te la voy a traer, I promise.
Okay.
I owe so many. Oh my God, I'll get into that later. Like, I always get so irritated when it comes to giving them, because that's the first thing I give, but I'm not going to get into it, because I'm enojo. All right, guys, so I brought here today this beautiful lady, because she falls under my category of real people, and she, I think, is a local celebrity. Even though she might not think so, I think so. For you guys that follow me, you might remember seeing her with me at the Canyon when we did the fashion show for Deandra. So that's where I met her. Turns out we had already been part of a community forum for women in progress that's here in Pomona. She's also part of other stuff, but she can explain that further to you guys. So I just wanted to give you guys a background story of how we know each other, how I met her, how I became her freaking fan, and now she's sitting here on the couch with me at the Comadre studio.
Yeah.
So we're at...
Wait, were you invited already to be the
I
model,
was,
right?
I was.
See, I wasn't. That's why it's so magical to me, I think, because when it happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm going on stage.
You know Vero though, right?
Yes, yeah. So I've
think
networked
Vero,
with her before.
She had told you, no?
I got told right on the spot, girl. Like when I got there to set up, a mí me dijeron, she's perfect, get her in. I was like, what? What's going on here?
Because they were one short.
Yes.
And she didn't show up, so Deandra was like, oh my God.
Okay.
So she had told Vero, can you put this on? And Vero's like, I don't know, I don't think so. So I don't think it'll fit. And then she's all, it will. And Vero's like, no. So she mentioned somebody. I don't know if it was you though. That's why I'm asking you. Did Vero throw you?
I don't know. I don't even know. Because as soon as I got there with all my stuff, I was actually kind of late. So when I got there, and it was super hot that day.
Oh my God, yes.
It was sweating hot. So even inside, it was hot.
Yes.
So when I got there, Deandra was like, she's perfect. I want her. I was like, okay. And then she's like, can you model this? And I was like, yeah, of course. Why not? But I didn't know we were going to go on stage till later. So
Check
later on.
Check this out. This is us on stage. Watch. It was, yeah, I think Vero nominated you for, I think that was you. Because she said so-and-so, like I didn't pay attention to who she was saying. So-and-so, she asked one of the other vendors. And then they're like, she's not here yet. So I think it was you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they're like, well, wait till she gets here and see what she says. And then that was it.
Yeah.
So then we went to eat. And then when I came back, then you were there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, pulling the string back with the foot and everything. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Getting all ready and fitted.
Like, okay,
that was
she's
so
one
exciting.
Of us. She's one of us.
Yeah, and
so
then and then I met you and then the other girl.
La Gris.
La Gris. Yeah, La Gris.
La Gris.
And then we do like a little.
Marissa, no? Marissa, is that her name? Marissa.
I think it's Gris.
But it's, I think Marissa? Yeah. La Gris.
La Gris. Yeah, so we did a little practice and all, and we went on stage, and I was like, oh my God, I love it.
And then the weirdest part, guys, was the song that was chosen, the Shotgun. You guys know, Shotgun and Bule Bule. That's it. And then here's this one with Shotgun. I was like, oh my God, what is really going on here? Table full of books. I was like, what is really going on here? So that is the story of how we met, how we came to be, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was exciting.
Very exciting. So if you guys need models, we're right here, guys.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, comadre. A ver, who are you? What are you? ¿A qué te dedicas? Cuéntanos todo.
Okay. So my name is Erika Ruiz, and I grew up in lower class environment community over on Silver Lake area, like kind of between Echo Park and Hollywood. So we were a total of 6 in our family. We were raised by one woman, which is my mother, and just her. So you could only imagine like the noise in the house.
She does daycare. And I was like, you're fucking brave. Like, I love kids, but just like one at a time. I can't. I have anxiety too. That's why you have anxiety.
Yeah. No, I actually love it. It brings me peace.
You're a mom.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I am. And it's natural to me. So a lot of people ask me that, like, they're like, oh my God, how can you handle that? I'm like, girl, like, you just gotta have it in you, you know? It's one of those things, you gotta have it in you. We have a whole routine. So we're busy all day, you know? And what
are the ages that you have? I'm sorry, I'm just like talking about daycare right now. It's amazing to me.
So we're located on Silver Lake area, and then we started in year 2011. And we start from we start from 12 months until like 13 years old. 13-year-olds, esos más grandes, they come like from like junior high sometimes.
After school.
Once in a long while. Yeah, I'll get some of those. But really like the main focus would be like, 15 months to like 2, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Chiquitos.
Yeah, and it's a bilingual daycare, so les hablo español.
Yes, good.
Les enseño español. We have a curriculum. I have my teacher's permit, so I'm also a teacher. And so they get the full benefit,
How cool.
Yeah.
Ahorita, what's the youngest you have right now?
El más chiquito right now is 15 months.
Oh,
yeah.
A boy. Oh, he's little.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then it's really exciting once they start talking, porque ya cuando empiezan a hablar español.
You did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, hell yeah, And it's really funny once the parents start coming in, like, Miss Erika, what is she saying? Because now I have to learn Spanish. What does this mean, So that's really cool.
So since 2011. So
2011,
13 years now.
Mm-hmm. There was a time I put a pause, and I'll get to that in like a little bit later, due to like life's challenges and stuff like that, And so I took a big break for a while. I just reopened again. I have a full year open again. So we're expanding, growing, and hopefully getting back into like a bigger location.
Good. It'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your mom en la casa llena de pinches chiquillos. A ver, go for it.
I know. So my mom, I just feel like, man, growing up, like, it was tough, It wasn't easy. We didn't have an easy life, We were not that, wealthy. We weren't rich or anything like that, So things were tough. And, I just remember asking my mom for things all the time. She's like, no tenemos, nada, And between the brothers, me, my little brothers, we would always fight. There was always like screaming and yelling, like, oh my God, And I talk about that in one of my books, just how frustrated and angry I was. And it starts in the home. It really does start in the home, Also, the neglect of a mother and the father, it's so effectful, like years on after, you know, and I don't think a lot of people really talk about that, or we're not even really aware of it.
Yeah.
How much it really affects us later, long term, you know? So that's why now, based on experience, I would say that it does definitely start at home, you know? Not that my mother did it intentionally, but she was so worried about like keeping
Paying
everything
the
together.
bills and-
Y luego todos los niños and the older ones, you know, the older brothers and sisters, they were already involved in gangs, so there was so much going on that she wanted to make sure that they were safe, you know, que nada les pase. And back in the 80s, you know, there was a lot of teenagers lost their lives because of that, you know, and it's really sad because a lot of them really like they really died. And so I saw that like with my older brother and sister's era, you know.
Yeah. So what are you, kid number 4, 5?
So yeah, I have two sisters that are older, one older brother. So I'm number 4. So out of that, then I have the 2 younger brothers. So I would see everything else up here. But then, you know, me and my younger brothers were like a different thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then we were more like in the 90s era.
Yeah. ¿Se llevan mucho de años or?
No, not really.
No.
Not really, but kind of. But like my younger brother, I have one that's only 1 year younger than me.
Okay.
That's the one I went to school with. And we kind of grew up together, you know? So that was...
She has such pretty
That's
eye
crazy.
color, guys. Like, you
Thank
can't
you.
even see it. They're like hazel, green,
Se
I
me
don't know,
cambian.
yellow. I don't even know
Yes,
what
se
color
me
eyes you
cambian.
have. Wow.
They changed.
He has the mood eyes too, this one.
Oh, yeah?
I noticed when he gets mad, they turn greenish.
Really?
That's the mode I put him in all the time.
Wow.
They're hazel with a hint of green in the middle. I think he's like the Incredible Hulk or something. Yeah. And I don't even purposely do it. It just
happens.
Yeah, and then they're just green. And then I'm like, oh, you look nice. Let me keep you mad for a while.
Oh my God. Yeah, I noticed that with me too. Like, I guess se me cambian on my mood, you know, on how I'm feeling.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff
that's
like
a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
I told you, that's what I'm like. It's a thing, guys.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so she's an
I'm
author.
same.
You have a total of how many books?
So I have now a total of 14 books, you guys. And I also want to include that I'm a nonprofit too. We're named Strong Family Bond. And obviously my books have a lot to do with it. We help and support children and families that have a parent incarcerated,
Yeah.
a mother or a father. And that's where these two come in. My bestseller is But Why Is Daddy in Prison?
Yeah.
That one right here. And then we added on the But Why Is Mommy in Jail? And those are two really like just support a child when they have, you know, their mom or their dad incarcerated. I always like to say like always suffer. But
yeah.
then like, you know, when it comes to the kids, nobody really thinks about it because again, it's kind of like my life story, you know. The mom's always trying to take everything, so we kind of worry about the kids sometimes. Like we forget, you know. And that's why I wanted to add this in. They're written in a form of therapy where the child's able to like express and write.
Yeah.
Include their family picture in there also.
That's the teacher in her, guys.
Yes, it is.
So when she's teaching her little kids to cut with scissors, here, put a picture right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my creativity right there.
No, this is very nice.
Yeah.
What gave you the idea to write these?
I guess, so the topics?
Yeah. Because nobody ever talks about jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody talks about prison.
Yeah.
The ones that do glamorize it, so it's cool. Like, oh, you know, the baby blues. My man's in the baby blues.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
I get it. I'm like, I get it.
What possessed you? Like, one day you woke up and just said, I'm gonna write a book?
No, I didn't really work like that, but like I said, I've been knowing and seeing, you know, all kinds of family stories since growing up, you know, whether it was a family member, somebody I really knew, a really good friend of mine. And, you know, at the daycare center also and other schools when I started working as a substitute teacher, there's so many cases.
Yes.
Latino community, the Black community, you know. which is the most common, I feel like, in the LA area.
Yeah.
East LA area, Compton area. Those were the places I was working at. So many kids suffer from having a mommy and daddy in prison, and it's not talked about. And you can tell, like, you know, the way that each environment reacts to it, like the child's reaction to it, you know, the sadness, the rebellious part, you know.
Yeah.
Cuando se ponen rebeldes, they're angry and they can't control them. But why? Because what's going on? We have to get to the root, you know, like what's really happening at home. How can us teachers like really support you, you know? And that's what this society doesn't do, because everything's so fast paced.
Yeah.
We're so on automatic. Vámonos a trabajar, a pagar, a trabajar, a pagar. Like, we don't really have time to really sit sometimes with our kids and really just be there with them present, you know?
Yeah.
And I said the same thing. There's no books like this out there in LA Unified School District, private schools, churches. They need to have these books, you know? And I said the same thing. I was like, no hay libros así.
Yeah.
No, so I was like, I have to do it. I have to be the one to do it. So I came up with these topics. Again, I would send some of the parents to the library to check out these type of topics. And I'm like, I need to publish these.
So, comadre, these two you have here, I know you've been trying to get a hold of Kim Kardashian. A ver, explícanos por qué.
Okay, so I really admire Kim Kardashian, not just because of her beauty and looks, but like what she's doing for, like, you know, the prison reform, and you know, her getting to meet like people that are incarcerated or like were wrongly like accused
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Well, this book here, I was able to dedicate it to her and her dad, because I think that they've done amazing things out in the law field. If anybody knows how I can get a hold of Kim Kardashian, you guys, please hit me up. I want her to have this book, you guys. I don't want to take too much of her time. I just need her to have it, take a look at it, and able to support me in a way where we can get this to more kids, you guys.
Did you ever get like bad feedback for these? Like,
all the
why?
time.
What did
in
they
the
tell
beginning.
You? Okay.
And all the time, like in the beginning, like I would get things like, oh, maybe daddy went to prison because he, like, you know, took out the mom. And I'll be like
that's the only reason,
you know,
right?
like, yeah, like, or dumb things, you know, or I got somebody else telling me on YouTube, like, why would you even do that? I can't believe something like this is even published. I'm like,
It's
why?
reality.
Because
It's
exactly.
reality. See, look at the mom. Her eyes, she's crying. The kids are all scared. Like, this is a real scenario right here.
Yeah.
It is. And it, you know, I always have a soft spot for prison people because everybody never likes them. Everybody feels like they are where they belong and they're filth and blah, blah, blah. It's like you don't see the bigger picture. Everybody does bad shit. It's just that the ones that are in there obviously got caught.
Yeah.
There's always a something behind something, and
Exactly.
say they do bad, like murder or something. A lot of the times they do regret it, but obviously it's late. But that's like the ultimate. But then to see why, you don't just get up and like, hey, I'm just gonna go kill everybody today, you know?
Yes.
So no, like here's a little behind my little thought.
Yeah.
I have friends that are in prison. And when I started doing all this, you know, the YouTube and stuff and Instagram, they write me, you know, hey, you know, this and that. And because a lot of my stuff on YouTube, when I originally started, was going to places. They've been in there 15, 20 years. They don't go nowhere. So by me showing them different things, like one of my friends is like, man, you know, like for that 20 minutes that I'm watching your like episode, it's like I'm not in here. I'm out there with you guys, you know? And it's sad because it's the truth. Like we don't see that. You know, you just think whatever, you know, they're where they belong. Okay, they are. They went through the justice system, pero at the same time, it's like have a little sympathy. You know what I mean? Sympathy
I feel like it all has its story, you know? I did an interview with Big Puppet from American Me.
Yes.
And he was telling me that the day that they were shooting there, that he just sat there and he like really just analyzed for a moment and said, man, all these kids son niños. Like they have that inner child in them, you know? These kids were all teenagers.
When they went away,
Yeah, and something, you know, happened in life and it fucked up their whole life forever. And it's like, it's fucked up. And again, like I said, it starts at home, and we don't know what everybody has really gone through in life that has put people in that type of situations, you know? And instead of talking shit or like judging and everything, it's like, why not make things to better support people, like books, you know, publish a book about it, you know, create a tool off of it, you know? And we're all here for a purpose. I feel like we're all meant to be here for a reason. And why not make this world a better world versus being a dick?
And you know, understanding, period, like you said, you know, you can either, you know, like I said, sympathy, period, sympathy. You don't know what goes on in your neighbor's house when that door closes. Another thing people don't take into consideration is everybody's emotional levels of dealing with stuff. What could kill you won't even faze me. And that's what people are just like, ay, se anda muriendo por eso. It's like, you don't know what this person is like, you know? You can't compare any two people, ever. And that's what I feel like goes on with a lot of everybody, because they just, I wouldn't say judge too much, I just think it's comparison. Like I said, you know, there's people that have no soul, and I've met them, and you know, of course nothing's gonna faze them because they don't care, nothing bothers them. But then you have somebody like me, everything's an issue. I'm just so sad, and man, I cry on commercials, I cry reading cards at the store, I cry for, like, I'm just so emotionally lovable. And then you have people that like, shut up and turn that shit up, get over there, go do something, like, let me have my moment.
And you know, I like that you said that, because I feel like people that have gone through real shit in life really appreciate the moments now. Y son así, like I could be a chillona now. I'm so grateful for things like right now that I was coming, I was like so grateful to be here. Like, oh my God, this girl, like, we're fucking badasses. Like, I'm just like thinking, you know, because los años se pasan, and we're not going to be here next year. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be the same age next year, and the following year, and the following year, y se pasa el tiempo, you know? So it's like beautiful to make these moments really happen.
When did that moment hit you?
I think after my overdose experience. So I think I'll rewind a little bit. So growing up the way that I grew up made me become really tough. And the fact that I grew up with like watching a lot of gang banging going on. And then I had my two little brothers, you know, it made me tough. So I felt like I had to be, you know, and it made me feel good. Like I felt entitled because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a bad bitch, you know? And so I was a bully for a while, you know, because I felt like I had to prove myself también, you know, like me seeing like my older sisters like looking the way that they did with their feathers, you know, like fucking badass. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna make mine bigger when I'm able to do them. Así me sentía yo, you know? And so when I hit 13, I was like, it's my turn, like, fuck yeah, you know? And so I became a bully to like a lot of kids, even my brothers. My little brothers.
You were mean girl?
I was mean,
How
girl.
How dare you be a mean girl?
Hey, let me tell you something before I get there, though.
You're so nice.
Girl, I really was. I bump into people from junior high that are like...
They still flip you off? Fuck yeah, they still flip you off.
And I'm like, I'm sorry.
She feels bad.
Okay, I do. Okay, but let me rewind a little bit before I get there.
Okay.
So, growing up, yeah. So I was a bully for a little bit, even my brothers. Recently, I was hearing like music, one of those moments, you know, and I was like, I have to apologize to my brothers, you know, porque me estaba acordando que I'm booking a book signing event at a hall where I had an incident with the priest and my younger brother. Because I'm inviting my brother to be there, and I'm like, dude, it's the same hall where I was like, I yelled at him and I was smelling like beer. And
How
he
long was
like, that was when I was younger. I was a teenager. So my mom took off and she's like, Erika, make sure that you and your brother meet here and you guys go to the church and I'll meet you there. And I was like, okay. So that day I left and I got drunk. I ditched school and I got drunk with my 40-ounce Mickey D's. Everybody knows me for that. Back in junior high days.
I have a kid in junior high and I can't even picture her holding a fucking kawama. I cannot.
So, oh my God, I was supposed to meet my brother at a certain place and I was like, fuck, I fucking forgot, right?
So ahí vas en
How
friega.
can I forget? Yeah, so me fui en chinga, right? Like, I'm supposed to go to church and meet him there. Actually, I was supposed to meet him here and he's gone. So I have to go over there. So I ran my ass over there and I get there and then the church full of like people and the priest is there. And the priest knew me because I was in the church teenage program, right?
Okay.
And I get there and my younger brother just looks at me like, whoa. And I was like, what? And he's like, ooh, you smell. And I was like, no, I don't. And he's like, ooh, you smell like beer. I was like, no, I don't. And then the priest was hugging me. And then he's like, Erika, you smell like beer. And I was like, no, I don't, Perico. And everybody was like, what the hell? And I just left outside. But anyways, I just thought it was so funny because it was funny, but then not funny. So after I was remembering that, I was crying, girl.
Yeah.
I was like, my poor brothers, I treated them like shit at one point, you know? So like, I texted my brother and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. And I text my other brother and I'm like, if I ever hurt you or your feelings, like, I'm really sorry. I really love you, but I'm sorry I was a bitch. We just grew up in a way, like, it made me this way, you know? And one of them was like, what's wrong with you?
Are you dying?
And then,
what
yeah.
the hell?
And the other one was like, he just sent me an emoji of like one of the little rascals, like,
Maybe that's a forgiveness. Hey, okay, you're forgiven. Or
Yeah.
what is it? Forgiven? Yes.
But anyways, as time went on, you know, I had suffered an overdose as a teenager when I was 17. I wasn't really into smoking. My thing was really drinking. So I was a drinker since 13. All my teenage years, I was drinking. It was either Jack Daniels or 40 ounce, or like later it was like the little like Bacardis, you know. And I had started smoking out once with a few of like my brother's homeboys. That's when I started smoking out weed. And I remember feeling like it was fun, you know, like I was funny, like everything would make me laugh. And like I would see them eating and I would fucking laugh like, you fucking dog, you just eating that cake. So I kind of like, pero me la tomé despacito. It wasn't really my thing, you know what I mean? So then, you know, I thought, okay, you know, I smoked out weed and it was fun these few times. Like, I guess it's like, cool, me cayó bien, right? Like, I'm good. So at school, I had met some guy, but I would ditch with all kinds of people, like guys and girls, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just like the thing. I don't know, like, you know, you find drinking buddies and people you hang out with like that. And so I had met this one guy, and then he's like, hey, you know, you want to pick me up from school? You know, you want to pick me up at home to come to school together? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I was going to let him borrow some tapes. Antes usaban los tapes.
Yes.
The cassettes. So then I was like, yeah, I'll let you borrow some of my cassettes, you know? So I voy
What
yo
were on
y
there?
se los llevo.
Which
It
one?
was
oldies or what?
Yeah, puros oldies.
Those were the best.
Yeah. But
Yes.
did you ever write on your cassettes, like con the nail polish?
Yes, I would. And then my mom get all mad. Why are you using this?
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, mom. I
Yeah.
don't have markers in the house.
Exactly. So mines were all written on también, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let this guy borrow these cassettes, you know? So I go to his house and I pick him up and he's bumping some oldies and I was like, all right, I'm gonna kick it, right?
Right away, you were like, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, these are my people. No.
I was like, wait a minute, no traje nada de tomar.
Oh my God, you're bad.
I know, girl.
Jeez.
I really was. That's why now I'm kind of like really proud of myself, you know?
It should be.
Yeah, so I was there and then, you know, he offered me some weed and I was like, what is it, you know? And he's like, it's just weed. And I was like, okay, cool. So ahí voy yo. I smoke it like a fucking cigar, man. Because I used to smoke cigars también, thinking I was like a little badass, you know? Because back then when I used to like ditch, back in like high school years, yeah, we're talking about high school years already. I went to Belmont High School. So, you know, that area, like Union area.
Yeah.
You know, where the laundromat is at and everything. Like I would like just roam around there all the time. And, you know, I would talk to a lot of homeless people and just chill there with them. So I learned a lot about them and their life también. You know, it's kind of crazy thinking like, dude, like what was I thinking, you know?
It's getting, you were facing a lot of danger.
Yeah, pero también like that's how I was able to get like my beer and stuff, you know, and my
the
cigarettes.
older people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyways, that day I had you know, I smoked it like a fucking cigar, and I didn't take it all easy or anything, and that shit shocked me. Like I was like, poof. All of a sudden I'm like in a different world. And I start like hallucinating and seeing shit. Like all of a sudden, like time starts going really slow. Like it was really bad. And I won't give too much on the story because I have it here. So this book right here is My Story Is Mine. A look into my past. And that book right there,
Tattoo
the book cover is actually also
a big old freaking tattoo. How long did that take to do?
That one took me 7 hours.
All one. All
The
one
full
session?
thing was one session. And then I went back to kind of like just shade it in, but I didn't even complete it because I was like, I can't take it.
She's crazy.
Crazy.
The whole what?
With
the
no
right side,
numbing
no?
cream.
The whole right side.
This side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's right there.
So that's this story, you guys. Anyways, I went through the whole thing, and
Was that your overdose that day?
yeah.
So it wasn't weed.
It wasn't weed.
¿Qué era?
It was PCP. So back in like during those times, so usaba mucho eso.
Yeah.
I remember that. I just never knew it was that. It was really bad. So if you guys ever watched that movie Friday, where he's like jumping out of the car, dude, that shit's real shit. Let me tell you, it's really, really bad. And I'm glad I survived that. So the answer to your question, after I collapsed and hallucinated for months and took a whole year of recovery to come back to reality, because I was literally stuck inside my brain where like I could be talking to you and screaming at you to help me, but you can't hear me, only I could hear myself. That was like really, really like trapped in head syndrome, something like that. Forgot what it's called. But
17 was when that happened.
yeah. That taught me that I was in shit. Let me tell you. So all that tough bitch shit that I thought I was, at the end of the day, we ain't shit. Let me tell you. Because I feel like when life takes over, and literally whether it was karma or just life teaching you a lesson, dude, we ain't shit. Hay algo más grande que ti siempre. So humble yourself, you know? Like always remember that. Be good to people, you know? That really
mamá,
like
¿qué hacía contigo?
my mom, dude, my mom, my poor mom.
I'm like shocked. Like I don't even know how to take this in. Like that's fucked up. He knew what he was giving you, and he didn't care.
You know, I never seen him again, and actually, I would love to see him again. I would love to ask him, like, hey, what happened, you know? Pero I never seen him again after that. I started missing school, obviously. Like, I missed school for a long time. And my mom, she didn't know what to do with me. And then I didn't want to tell her because, like, after, like, I didn't want to tell her what I had done or anything because I was so scared of her, you know, that she was gonna beat my ass. Because back then I would get my ass kicked because, you know, a few times she would catch me drunk or like getting off of the bus drunk, and she would beat me at my ass, you know.
Well, see, you deserved it. Hello.
But I was like, why?
Te let me live my life.
Let me live my life right now. I'm loving it.
I swear, I just keep because my kid's 12, you know, so I just keep picturing my little kid like, oh my, I would beat her fucking ass too. I would.
Well, let me tell you, at that time, I had no idea what the hell was going on with me. My older sister really tried helping me and supporting me.
She told
was the
her?
one.
You told her?
I ended up telling her, yeah, because I had to.
How did you find out it was that? I don't want to ruin the book, but I want to know.
So I guess at the hospital, like they run labs and stuff like that. And honestly, though, there's a lot of things that I don't remember from that time because I was kind of like in and out of life. I was here, and then all of a sudden, I'll be like in my room asleep, like, what the fuck happened? Where am I at? I'm not there anymore. Así. So I was like in and out. And
that you did that a whole year like that?
It took me a whole year to recover. I had a hard time speaking, so my tongue can get twisted a lot of times todavía, like se me para, like I get tired. And my brain kind of like zombied out, so it was hard for me to like focus again, think again, walk again. It took me a while to walk. And so it took a recovery time of that, about that time. Mm-hmm.
See, guys, so if you have a little girl, let her listen to this part because we are so naive. We are.
Yeah.
You know, you go and you figure you know who you're with, so you think you can trust. Mm-hmm. And yeah, no.
Yeah, I had I have a teenager right now, a 16-year-old boy. When I published this book, I told him read it out loud to me. And I had him read it because I told him, look, you might think it's cool, but it's not. And not everybody gets the same reaction to anything that you try that doesn't belong in your body, you know, because it doesn't. And you don't have to do drugs or drink to have fun. You can have fun in a different way, a safe way, you know, don't destroy your organs. You know, I didn't know the damage I did to my brain. You know, my brain is what really suffered and affected my body eventually, todo, you know. So it took time. Triggers can make it worse. Todavía I still suffer from a lot of things. So, yeah, you guys. I tell teenagers to buy this book, especially with the whole fentanyl overdoses that are happening.
Right now, so many. And not even just teens.
You know what? It's a blessing that I'm here because I never thought, girl, you know, I didn't think I was going to come out of that. And I would talk to God all the time. That's when my faith came in even stronger too. Like if you don't have faith in something, when you go through some shit like this, you literally that's when you're going to believe in something. And a lot of people, like, even if you don't believe in God, I've heard some people even pray to God. They're like, I need help, you know? Because I don't know what it is, but you know, whether he exists or not, or people's beliefs, at the end of the day, that's who we run to when we're going through big things like this.
Yep. No, I hear you on that one. Yeah, that's a good. Then, guys, make sure to buy it. Look it up if you're cheap. Not just kidding.
You guys can find it on strongfamilybond.com. I'm listed on Amazon as well. I also have my TikTok available. I'm under LA Warrior. YouTube. If you guys want to know a little bit more about me personally, just like, you know, I kind of flow on all, like, just everything, just being myself. You can find me in La Warrior 213 on YouTube. LA Warrior _E.
You got the homegirl dress.
Can I do that one first before this one?
Of
because
course.
in that one comes this one.
Let's see.
So I do run a women's support group online called Healing Warriors, you guys. We just finished our second chapter. So it's a group of women that suffer from any type neglect, a loss of a loved one, anything that you're going through, really. Like, we have a group support, and then we have a WhatsApp 24/7 support chat where you're able to communicate with your other healing warrior sisters or myself. Somehow, some way, we all connect through there. You know, if I'm not available, somebody else will be there.
How many like members do you have that are behind this?
It just depends. Every group is different. I started this during the pandemic.
Okay.
And the last, this chapter 2, we had 5 healing warriors. The one before that, we started with 10. And then little by little, sometimes they'll check out because these books or the process of the program that I do can be a little bit intense. But it's like, hey, are you ready for this shit? You know? Because we tend to talk a lot, you know? Yeah, we want to talk about what we go through and everything, which is good, right? Because that's the first step. But it's like creating an action to do something about it, to move yourself away from that is the goal, you know? Because you want to move yourself. Yeah, we went through that, but let's do something about it.
So you created this?
So I created these 4. I didn't even know I was going to come up with healing warriors, actually, when I did this. I published these during the pandemic. I have a Spanish version too. So this one is called Heal Yourself, Forgive Yourself, and it's pretty much tools and a program guide of like helping people forgive and heal, you know, which is kind of tough. And we don't even know where to start. And sometimes every year is different, you know, pero like I put together this program and I've had really good like outcomes from a lot of these women, you know. A lot of these women have you know, pushed through. I have this one lady that, you know, she's always so grateful to me, and she's like, girl, you just came in at the right time. I saw your video. I was on literally like suicidal mode, and you know, you being there, this program has really helped me. Y ahora ya anda, like, you know, she's out there with family and doing things, you know, and that makes me happy, you know, that I was able to put something together that helped one person out, you know. So it might not be for everybody, because I'm telling you, like, not a lot of people can push through, or they're not ready. You know, you have to be ready for it. So I have these books available. I ended up doing the men's version because men started hitting me up for this one, and then couples buy it together too now. So couples can do it together.
Me and him need like 5 of them so we could write in them over and
well,
over
let me tell you that I have one that I work on, and every time I feel like I'm going through something, I'll read it again, and I'll do it again by myself, and it's always different. Yeah. Siempre es algo diferente that you heal from or process through something, you know? So I have these available. From this came the Homegirl Journal. So with the Homegirl Journal, since I work mainly with women, of course, I created the Homegirl Journal where they're able to let that shit go, you guys. And this cover, I have me in the cover. It wasn't supposed to be me originally, but somehow it ended up that way.
It's your book. Be on the cover.
But I wasn't, because I was already on that one. So I don't want to put
That's
myself.
your book too. If I was you, I'd be in the little kids' faces too.
So this one así salió.
No, it looks good though.
Yeah. So I love this book, because this journal, because this is where I feel like I was able to self-express, you know, inside my head, you know, the agony, the pain, the suffering of what I've gone through in my life, where I felt like chained up, you know. But see how she's like breaking out of the chains? Is like, you're able to break out when you're ready and you really put the work in, you know. Like, I tell people, you have to put the work in. Todo va a ser duro. Everything's gonna be fucking hard, dude. But like, it's what you choose to work hard for. And that goes with relationships, you know. Like, who do you choose to work hard with? You know what I mean? Everything's hard. Nothing comes to you easy, you know. But then that's the payoff in the end, I feel. Is like, when you get to that level of peace, you know, it's like, yeah, that's it, you know.
But it's hard.
It's
a
so
lot of the
hard.
times you're doing it by yourself.
So hard, girl. It
takes
so hard.
2. And when you're by yourself and you talk to yourself all the fucking time, it gets really
let me
annoying.
tell you. Yes, it does. It does. So that's why I felt like I had to put this book together to write more things in here. So if you can see, this one's more of a journal type. Pues aquí le puse una nota a la homegirl. So I'll show you guys right there. I write a special note to the homegirl just to let her know, like, hey, I'm listening, because for so long I felt like I wasn't heard, you know? And how many times do you feel like nobody really gives a fuck? Like, I still feel like that sometimes too. Like, who cares about my stuff? Like, nobody really cares. And then until I get that inbox, or I get somebody like hitting me up telling me how I changed their life, or like how my book helped them, girl, that's when I cry, you know? Because I cry happy tears, because I'm like, fuck yeah.
I know.
Fuck yeah. Like,
Yes.
I did that shit, you know? And again, like, I don't like to take the whole credit of it. Like, I feel like God uses me as a tool, you know? And this is my purpose here in life, you know? So that's why I wrote it like this.
What is the first book you published? These?
The first one was, But Why Is Daddy in Prison? That one was my first one.
With these, what was your purpose? Okay, to help others, obviously. You were doing the same thing because it obviously helped you.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
That's what it was.
This is why I started this one at first, because I felt like I wanted to write something, put together something of tools that can help others that have helped me, you know? So everything that's in here has been something that I've chosen to either experience or like explored with, that I was able to put on paper and said, this is what helped me, so I'm gonna ask you this. And sometimes you'll be surprised, like, you know, like in my group, there's some women that can't move past one question. They're like, I'm just stuck on that one. So then that's what you need to work on. Mm-hmm. And we're not moving until we all move together, because that's what Healing Warriors is about. You know?
I'm glad I'm not in your group. Having you guys sitting there for 18 years.
It happens. It's happened.
Se me prende el foco and that's it. Like, I'm pissed for the day because of what happened in 1998. And I'm not playing, like, for real. Like, fuck. Jeez. What happened to you? Nothing you did. It was fucking Jesse. Who? You don't know him.
Y cada momento is different, you know? Like, every moment is different. So we go based on what it is, because I like to say that my program is not a typical program. It's based on life. This is the way life happens. Shit happens. Things happen in life, and that's how we roll with it.
Yeah.
Realistically, you know what I mean?
And it's like good points that you bring up, because a lot of the time, you don't even know you are suffering from trauma. You don't know what the heck is wrong. Like, a little behind for me.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was always really angry. Super angry. And I never knew why. And I was so angry, like, at everything. And, you know, my parents didn't have that good relationship. There was so much lacking at the house. You know, my mom was there. She can only do so much. You know, as a kid, you want to have that family. You know, my dad was home, but he was never home. He was always at work. We were lucky to see him maybe an hour a day, maybe. For sure, at least 4 hours on a Sunday. Like, we never had my dad, even though he was there. My mom was under all the stress because we come from a really Mexican hardcore family. So your only job is to be home and take care of the kids. Yeah. God forbid the kids do anything, because that's your ass. That's the way my mom had it. So I was always really angry. The stupidest things would just piss me off. And then in school, I was just mean too. Like, I wanted to hit somebody. Always.
Y yo sí les pegaba, girl.
Oh, so
I got it. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's messed up.
See, but at the time, you don't really know.
You don't.
You don't know what you're... Like, I didn't know... Like, how can I say? I didn't realize all this was the reason till just like maybe 5 years ago. My sister was just telling me, you're always so angry. I'm like, no, I'm good now. You know? But yeah, I was always just angry. Yeah. And it's crazy because I'm not a mean... mad person. It was just like the littlest things would just trigger me, and that was it. Like, that's it. I'm just a pit bull and
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite you right now
Yeah.
because you're in my way and you just pissed me off. Like, but why? I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, and just the other day I even told him, I seriously think I need counseling or something. He's like, for what? I'm like, trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma, you know, and then I was the oldest. There's a lot of stuff that would go on in the house. I had to act like I was super tough and nothing would get to me. I had to. You know, I had my sisters. I always needed to feel like I was supposed to protect them. You know what I mean? When my dad left, I was like trying to be the man of the house for my mom and help her with stuff. It's just a lot. And, you know, as I grew older, like all that just gets to me because it's like, man, it's tiring.
Yeah.
And
you get to a level of like eventually you blow up. You can't hold it in no more because how long have you been holding it in? For so many fucking years, you know? Y acuérdate, the body takes the scores. I think that's what they say, right? The body, the cells, it's a memory. Cargan memoria. So even when you don't know why you get triggered automatic like that because it's already inside of you. You mentally have no control over it at that point until you realize, okay, I need to control this right now, you know, or I'm gonna fucking do some time for some stupid shit.
yeah.
You know? So that's where, like, yeah, the therapy comes in, you know, the healing process comes in, putting in the work comes in, you know? And that's why it's so hard, girl. It's so hard. Like, I remember for me as like running to like the streets and getting drunk. That was my run to, you know? But when I couldn't do it no more, I was like, fuck. This is reality. Like, I just have to take it now, tough it up, and just fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's harder to deal with it. That's why people commit suicide. People go to drugs. People do stupid shit. You know?
Yeah.
I totally understand you.
Yeah. I'm gonna correct what I said because I don't want people thinking, oh, I grew up horrible. It wasn't horrible. I didn't grow up horrible. It was just the situations when they happen. I was a kid. You take things different as a child.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You do.
The littlest thing can like kill a kid
Yeah.
versus now you're grown. Okay, you know, I sit here and like now I analyze things. Everything is a totally different like truth now, you know? And I've talked to my mom about all that stuff, and you know we're grown, we're good friends, me and my mother, thank God. And you know I always tell her like, hey, you know, this and this, and we talk a lot about past stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just a sucky ass situation, you know.
Yeah.
And my mother did the best she could, and she did very well. You know, she raised 4 of us, like I said, by herself. Because one thing is financial help, yes, it was there.
Yeah.
But what about the emotional part?
Yeah.
What about the stressful everything?
Right.
Because I was a handful. I admit it all the time. I was a handful. But for the same reason, my mom nunca nos dejaba hacer nada.
Yeah.
Because if she did and something were to happen, it was her ass because she was the responsible parent to deal with it, you know? So, you know, I totally understand a lot of it now as a mother. Because I don't even let my kids breathe either. You know, I do not. And I understand now why the worries come in. See, look at how old you were, the stuff you did.
I know.
You as a mother, would you be okay with your kid now?
Hell no.
See, so you understand.
You see it after.
Yeah, you know? But no, I totally agree with the whole thing. And if you guys think something shaky is going on because you get triggered easily, look deep down inside and get help, huh?
Yeah, definitely do it sooner before later. Because then later, then I guess maybe it's just harder, you know? It becomes harder. The more you like hold on to things, it becomes harder later to kind of just deal with.
And denial.
También.
Denial kills you too. Because you want to say, nah. But then your head is going 1,000 miles an hour and it's just killing you anyway. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So your book signing, when is it coming? Where is it at? How did you do this? Is that your first one or what?
No, I've had other book signings. This one's gonna be more personal and intimate, you guys, because it's gonna be more like an indoor space
Where she was
versus outdoor.
drunk before.
In the hall.
It's an anniversary edition. No, just kidding.
Yeah, there. And I'll have the date soon. I actually I have my my planner putting all of this together, my event planner. And so once I have the flyer going, then I will post it up. I'll repost it, send it to you, and then just share it. But it is in November. I forgot the date though. I don't have it with me. But as soon as the flyer's done, pues
I think it's
I'll
the
post it
second
up.
weekend, no?
Probably.
I think
Like the second week, not the first week, but yeah.
the second week, yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for that. So people that have bought my books already and that are not signed, bring your books and I'll personally sign them for you guys. And I always love meeting my followers. I love meeting people that have read my books. Kids also, like when
She
they
likes
bought the
kids.
books. And I see the babies.
I'm gonna bring you to sign their head. Kiss them like the president. Not just kidding.
Yeah, so bring the books.
Which one are you signing? The official book you're signing for?
I'm actually gonna be having the Homegirl Journal, the Daddy in Prison one I'm having, and then I'm having the
Also,
My
just
Story is
all of
Mine.
them. You're just
I'm having,
signing.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll have those on display.
You'll be selling them too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have some food and then we're gonna have music, you guys. So, just come out, take a picture, do a video with me.
Don't bring your Tupperware and get a plate to go.
Yo no creo que va a haber suficiente to go.
Don't do that. No foil paper, guys.
Yeah, and then I do have a few books pending, so stay tuned for those. I have one that I'm publishing with a licensed therapist called Healing Betrayal Trauma. So I'm really excited for that one. And then I do have My Story is Mine, The Abused Years, you guys. This one is the intense one. I've been talking about this one for like 2 years, I think. I have not been able to publish it todavía because I'm still kind of healing from a lot of what happened here. This book, I'm gonna really go hard on it because I feel like a lot of women suffer in silence. They don't talk about it, which, you're not supposed to just kind of throw it all out there if you don't want to, but like people like me will. Because I feel like that's who I am. That's why I'm here on this earth, to help you process, to let you know that I went through it too, and guess fucking what? This is why I'm here. I was looking like shit, tore up. I gained a lot of weight. I was looking really bad, you guys. My face se me estaba like enchuecando of the stress. I was diagnosed with the balance disorder. I live with vertigo, you guys. So after the overdose, after getting jumped by men, after getting dragged on the floor, you'll read that one. You'll read that part in that one. Being choked by the abusive past. I had dislocations on the back of my neck that affected me, and also the trauma affected my balance. So there's times and there's days that I don't feel good. And so on my good days is when I say, fuck it, ahorita le voy a dar duro, because I'm fucking feeling good, you know?
Chingar madres today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I never know when I'm going to wake up not feeling so good. So that's why my daily life is a little bit challenging now more than before, which is why I appreciate life so much more when I'm feeling great. And that's why you'll see me like posting up, you guys, like modeling my TikTok shop, because I buy dresses to model. Why? Because I wasn't allowed to wear dresses back then. I wasn't allowed to self-express myself as a woman. When I would feel like I wanted to put on makeup and look nice, I was told that I was seeing somebody else. I was told so many things that made me feel like I couldn't look good enough, right? To make that other person feel better about himself because of whatever issues he was thinking what he was going through. And as you can see when I talk about it, I become a whole different person. Mm-hmm. So I get a lot of people, like some people would be like, oh, some people will say I do all of those videos for attention or whatever it is, but it's not really the attention. It is the attention. I love attention because who doesn't?
Me? No, just kidding.
You know what I mean? But I love to look beautiful, because what woman doesn't want to look nice, you know? Like, what woman doesn't want to like self-express? And that's why I do those videos, you guys, because a few years ago I didn't fucking look like this. You know, I didn't.
How long have you been free from this?
So let me mention that I was bedbound for 3 years. I was in bed because of the depression, the anxiety, the isolation, and the vertigo. No me podía levantar without feeling like my head was spinning. And as I'm sitting right here, that fan is fucking with me, but I'm ignoring it and not trying to pay attention to it. No, I didn't want to tell you because I know it's kind of hot in here. Pero ya vamos a acabar. But anyways, I do have a TikTok shop that I sell my, my dresses. And that's why I do my videos, you guys. And again, if you're going through, domestic violence, manipulation, verbal abuse,
mental abuse,
all of those things that are just kind of kept under the rug, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. But it's like when you start healing, when you start wanting to get out of that relationship, I think that at some point maybe you're never gonna want to leave that relationship, because I still kind of go through it, like sometimes I feel like, damn, I kind of miss being in a relationship, but then I'm kind of like, I love my peace right now.
It's la costumbre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could be, yeah. It could be la costumbre, it is.
Because think about it. I don't know how long you were with your person, but like me with mine, 22 years.
Yeah, mine's 23.
That's all you know.
Yeah.
That's all you know. And then I know you get hit up a lot. You're good. I know you do. Okay, you start seeing other people and they kill it right away because you already, ya estás arisca. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So the stupidest little comment they give you is like, you know what? Block.
Yeah.
Don't even write me no more. Like, I'm not going there at all. Right?
Yeah, I do that too. I block a lot of people too.
But I honestly think it's what gets people in general, not just women, la costumbre. You're so used to one way, one person for so long. Te da flojera, like, start all over again.
Yeah.
You get scared to start over again. And you just rather sit there and deal with the devil you know than deal with the devil you don't.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I feel like as long as there's no physical abuse there, and if you guys can come into agreement of understanding, like, this is what hurts me, this is not right. And coming into terms with it, it's so worth it, girl. Like, honestly, you know what? I wish that man could have understood, because I never wanted to, like, break up with him or leave him, or I never wanted things to get to that level where they came to. But if he could have just heard me and be emotionally available for me, I feel like, damn, we could have been in such a different space. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. It's been a while now for me. I'm not dating. I choose not to date for the same reason.
Because you guys suck.
Because nowadays, I don't know what the fuck is going on out there.
Everybody lies. That's what it is.
Or like they have a baby mama on the side. They have a side chick. They have the one that knows about all of them and keeps it low for them. It's like, what the hell? Or like the one that knows about you and she's like competing against you low key. It's like, I don't understand that shit.
Vivemos en un cochinero.
But I hope.
That's why those memes come up. Like, are you like single? Or like you're mad single?
Yes, it's crazy. I really think social media has made it very easy though. Because it's kind of like people believe everything, and a lot of like, men can feel like it's easy to get like fucking easy. It is. Maybe it is. Because it's so easy now. Like, people just want to have adventures nowadays. And fantasies.
And then they go home and then they're sick in a week. And don't know why. Don't know why. No,
So,
it sucks. We talked about that about 2 weeks ago. The whole, ya no dan números. Everything is, oh, hit me up on Instagram. Okay. And you
Everybody
be with
has
somebody,
a secret life nowadays. Like a whole new other family or other different life que quién sabe.
But you know what? Eso de family siempre se ha usado. Think about
Yeah,
how
that
many
too.
dads you back then.
Yeah.
Oh, tenía toda una familia.
Yeah.
Otra señora. But now it just seems like you said it's all like an adventure real quick. You just
Yeah.
go hook up and you're done.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
For some people, they love that, and that's how they live their life. And unfortunately, that's just the way some people are, you know? I'm old school, man. I hope that I find myself an emotionally available dude that is a gentleman and educated and, again, emotionally available. That's what I look for. I have to have some type of a connection with somebody, you know? And I haven't had that in many years. And it's beautiful to have, you know? When you're able to find that with somebody, I think I've only
But
experienced
you're gonna
that
have
shit
to
once.
close your eyes. You're gonna have to close your eyes because the guys that are like that are not good looking.
That's another thing.
They're so used to never having it. That's why they're so like amazing, such amazing guys.
Pues a veces. Pero you have to be attracted to them too. That's another thing too. Because
Keep it on the phone.
I'll get some guys que hasta se enojan conmigo and they're like, all you girls just look at looks. Mijo, I'm not gonna kiss you if I don't like your ass. I mean, unless I really like you, you're gonna know I like you because I'm gonna be like, pick my ass up.
But pick me up right también.
Exactly.
Not que come out with glasses and put your hoodie on because they can't know that we're out together.
Oh no, hell no. Yeah.
I get that too.
Yeah.
Who cares? Let's just meet up. I ain't gonna fucking be nobody's secret.
That's when you already know they're hiding you.
It's like, no, like, first of all,
Hell
I'm not
no.
looking. Second of all, why would I? It's like if I was to leave my relationship, it'd be for a better one, not a worse one, or to be hiding or
yeah.
oh
and
my God.
And you wouldn't want to leave your relationship for anybody.
No, he supports
Hell
me.
no.
He supports me. All the way around, not work.
And you know what? That's why I'm saying, like, people that even jump from relationship to relationship, it's gonna catch up to you too eventually.
And it's such a small world, and people talk, and then it's embarrassing.
It is. Oh my God. Yo voy a regresar for my embarrassing story on another episode.
Another episode of what happened. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. So besides your book that you're going to be eventually finishing, what other big things can we expect from you?
So I do have a 2-acre land in Lancaster and Palmdale, you guys, that I'm working to create it into a healing center. So like all book sales, donations, contributions is going towards that. So hopefully it becomes a real reality because it takes a lot of time, construction, money.
Do you have a GoFundMe for that?
No, but I do have my donation link on my website, which is strongfamilybond.com.
I'll put it up so they can check it out and help you.
Okay, thank you.
Help you help the people.
Yeah. And then I think that's pretty much it.
For the person that has gone through a lot of shit and is scared to move forward or doesn't know how to start, what would you tell them to do?
I would say definitely you're gonna feel alone, because I did for a long time. I thought it was torture, but at the same time I didn't realize like it was me time, you know? Except that moment of like spending time with yourself, getting to know you, who you are again, you know, what you like, what you don't like. Because a lot of times when you've been in a relationship for so long,
you lose yourself.
Yeah, because you pick up from the other person. You're like, okay, you know, like I'll like that too. Like I remember when I moved in with my first one, I stopped eating cheese because he didn't like cheese. And I fucking love cheese, dude. You know?
So when you guys left each other, you were just stuffing your face or what?
Somehow, I don't even remember how, but I was like, hey, I remember I used to love this shit. Why did I stop, you know? So you like self-discover yourself, you know? So spend time with yourself, embrace it, seek help, join a group therapy, because I love group therapies because you learn from each other. You know, you meet new people. You're gonna meet new environment, like a new people. You're gonna meet new people for sure. It's kind of like, it's so funny to me, but like when all of that happened, I kind of not just lost him, but I lost a lot of other things from my past. Like friends that I grew up with was like one by one, tink, tink, tink. And I was like, why is this happening to me? Why is everybody leaving me? But I didn't know that they were going to be replaced for new people that are meant to be there, you know? Because then later I found out, oh my God, this bitch was stealing from me. This one was low-key hating on me. This bitch thought I wanted her man. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So I was like, I didn't know, like, they were like really like supposed to be in my past. Mm-hmm. And then I got replaced with meeting new people. I met Vero, Eco Parque.
I like Vero.
I love Vero.
So cool. Yeah.
And then I met Spider, and I met Olivia, his wife, and I was like, they like me for me. What the fuck? They don't like me for a benefit, you know, which a lot of people will, you know? And I feel like I met a lot of new people. I met you, you know? People I'm meant to grow with. People I feel like we're all in the same thing. We're all growing. We're all like wanting
the snake
better.
Climbing out of the old skin. That's
Yeah.
how I always feel. And
Yeah.
it's gross and disgusting, but that's how I always just envision myself as that snake coming out of that skin. Like, miro para atrás and I can see my tail.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ever go back there.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yes.
And, you know, it may seem like I'm shady and I'm fucked up because I just don't give nothing a second thought anymore. But I can't.
No, you've set your boundaries, like you've learned. Yeah.
You know, I can't, like, my little situation was a friend we thought were really good friends of ours.
Oh my God, yeah.
She used me just for amusement. Okay, me and my husband have a very horrible past. We're working on it. We've been working on it. We've gone a long way.
Good.
But she knew my triggers. She would get us to hang out. Then she would be like, drink, drink, drink.
Oh.
She wouldn't drink. She'd babysit the same beer all night. Pero a mí, trágate esto. And once I got into a certain, you know how it is. You know you drink. You know how when you get to a certain level, you ready, you know, ya estás centrada. Then she would just do little comments and that was it. I'd be fighting with him all night. And it was their show. That was her and her husband's show.
That's messed up.
See, and for so long, I didn't see I was entertainment. I thought she was a friend because she would, like, you know, we'd go out, like my birthday, she would like buy me this, take me here. Let's go take her to eat here. So she was a friend. But at the same time, a friend doesn't help you trigger your past for their entertainment.
Yeah, never.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it was just like, you know what? The past is a past. Yeah. She stopped talking to me when I started my podcast. It was so weird. I don't know why.
You see? Yeah.
I don't know why. You know, I originally, when we did podcast, I wanted to have, because we would sit, like, it was about 5 of us deep, me, my sister, her, my other comadres, and we were always just talk about different things. A friend of his, that's a friend of ours, Robert, he would always be like, you guys need a reality show, because you, like, me and him, you're always doing cool shit. You know, we were in the big rig trucks, and he was just like, I would love to see you guys, like, everything you do, not just the clips you post. So, you know, when we would get with everybody, same thing. Well, what were you guys talking about that we just caught this and this and that? So I was like, you know what, we should do a little, like, a podcast just back and forth, Comadriando. That's where my name comes from. No, first, and then nadie quiso. And then her, especially her, she was the first one that kicked me to the gutter, like, for no reason. And, you know, at first I was like, why is she acting so fucking weird? And then after I was like, you know what, that's good that she kicked me out of the way. Yes. Because, you know, I started doing little courses of my own online. I wanted to be radio always. So this podcast to me was like the next best thing, since radio to me seemed impossible 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It was no, like there, like you. I've evolved as a person.
Yeah.
So the things I used to see, I don't see good anymore.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like for a while, that's all I wanted to do was just drink because I was just in such a miserable state myself. It's like, let me just get all stupid and cause a few laughs and have a good time and just forget about it. You know?
Yeah.
Y pues sí, por un rato, sí, that's all we would do. Just sit and drink every weekend during the week. And it was like, I sit here and I think back, like, what a waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, don't take me wrong. While we were doing it, it was fun. I appreciate every moment. It was something that I will cherish in my heart forever. But at the same time, it's like, what value came out of any of it?
Yeah.
Besides me and
Puros
him
fights.
fighting more.
Yeah.
We could do that on our own already. I don't need help with that, you know? So, yeah, no, people suck and we evolve as people ourselves. And, yeah, we replace who we need to.
Yes.
At least for the time being, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. So this is Erika Ruiz, the teacher, the daycare, the
Non-profit
author,
publisher.
Yes, she just has everything wrapped up in one. And her handle, I will share it. So if you want to get a hold of her, you want to ask her advice, tips, or just give her an inspirational note and make her cry, she's ready for it. It was her book signings coming up. As soon as she gets full details, I will post that. And that is it, guys. Thank you for spending your afternoon with us. Los adoro, raza.
Thank you.
Bye.